All right. So we are going to look at finding the equation of a parabola using the turning point form. The turning point form. All right. So this is a form that we are going to be using. The turning point form. The turning point form. So what is the turning point form? So the turning point form is y is equal to a open brackets x plus p squared plus q. So this is the turning point form. All right, so it is possible to find the equation of the graph of a quadratic function if 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 the turning point is given as well as one other point is given. I'm going to repeat that. It is possible to find the equation of the graph of a quadratic function if the turning point is given as well as one other point. So if you look at this diagram, you can actually see that um, they gave us the turning point. Um, the turning point. This is the turning point. See, um, which is -1 and 8. So these are this is the point where the parabola turned. So we call it the turning point. All right. So the turning point is -1 and 8. I think that one is clear. And then at least one point. So let me just add another point right here, which is to -10. So this is one point that is also given. So now it's clear that we have got a turning point. I'm just going to write it as TP, turning point, and and uh, and a point, or and one other point given. Okay, so this is what I just need. This is what I just need. I need the turning point and one other point. Okay, so when I have the turning point and one other point, I use the turning point form of y is equal to a open bracket x plus p squared plus q. So this is the form that I use when I have the turning point and one other point. All right, so when I use this form, I'll be able to find the equation of this parabola. I'll be able to find this equation of the parabola. So let me just explain um, a little bit about this turning point form. So this Q that you are seeing here, this Q, let me use a different color. All right, so you see this Q right here. This Q gives us the information about the Y value of the turning point. So the Q is the Y value of the turning point. Q is the Y value of the turning point. Okay, I'm just gonna write it as TP, standing for turning point. So the Y value of the turning point is represented by the Q there. All right. Let me use another color. Let me use another color. All right. So you see this x plus p here inside of this bracket, the x plus p that is inside of this bracket gives us what is called the axis of symmetry. So this x plus p gives us the axis of symmetry. It gives us the axis of symmetry, and it also gives us the x value of the turning point. Okay, so it gives us the axis of symmetry, all right, and also the x value of the turning point. X value of turning point. So I'm just going to write TP right here. Okay, so we now know what x plus b gives us and what q gives us. All right, so now let's get into the business of the day, which is to find the equation of this parabola. All right, so first things first, I'm going to find the axis of symmetry. So the axis of symmetry, remember what I said, the axis of symmetry is given by x plus p. Okay, it's given by x plus p. Let me just say is equal to 0. All right, the axis of symmetry is given by x plus p. All right, so I also say that this also gives us the x value of the turning point. It gives us the x value of the turning point. So if you look at this here, you can see that the x value of the turning point here is -1. You can see that right here, right? That's the x value of the turning point is it's -1. Okay, it's -1. So what that means is that the original equation for them to find that x value was x plus 1 is equal to 0. All right, and then they took the 1 to the other side, which then gave them x is equal to -1. Okay, which is, so that means that the axis of symmetry is given by x is equals to -1. Okay, so therefore, the original x plus p that was there was x plus 1 is equal to 0. That's what it means. X plus 1 is equal to 0. Yeah. So that expression x plus 1 is in the brackets. Is in the brackets. This is what the x plus 1 is here. X plus 1 is in this bracket here, where I'm putting this. Yeah, that's where it is. The x plus p there in blue. So that means the expression x plus 1 is in the brackets of the equation for the parabola. All right, so now let's look at the value of q. Now let's look at the value of q. So my value of q is 8 because the y value of the turning point there is 8. So here you can actually see there that the y value of the turning point is 8. The y value of the turning point is 8, and that 8 happens to be my q. That 8 happens to be my q. So q is equal to 8. Q is equal to 8, which is the y value of the turning point. which is the y value of the turning point. The y value of TP, or turning point. Turning point. Okay, so we can then conclude and then say that therefore y is equal to, I'm now subbing in the q, which is 8, and the x plus 1, which is my x plus p there. Okay, so I can then conclude by saying y is equals to a, then open brackets, then I put x plus 1. So I know that my p is positive 1, like I did explain there, squared, plus my q is 8. Then I put my 8. Okay, I'm not done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute the point. Now I'm using that one other point. Okay, yeah, right here. This is the point that I'm now going to use, the 2 and negative 10. I'm going to substitute that point, which lies on the graph of the parabola, into this equation right here, and solve for my a. Okay, and solve for my a. So that's what I'm just gonna do. All right, so y, okay, instead of saying write y, let me just sub in the 2 points. So let me first of all write the 2 points here. Not, the point, sorry, the point that is on the graph is 2 and negative 10. So my 2 is my x, and negative 10 is my y. Okay, so these are the coordinates that are on that on the graph of the parabola. All right. So now where there is x, I'm gonna put 2, and where there is negative 10, oh, sorry, where there is y, I'm gonna put negative 10. All right, so there's y here, so I'm substituting for y. I'm gonna put negative 10. So this is negative 10 is equal to a, open brackets. So where there's x, I'm putting 2. So this would be 2 plus 1 squared plus 8 plus 8. Then I can simplify. I start by taking this 8 to the other side, where it's going to be minus 10 minus 8 is equal to a, open brackets, 2 plus 1 squared. Okay. All right. Then my left side will be negative 18 is equal to this side is going to be a, open bracket, inside of it I'm gonna put 3 squared, 3, so which is gonna be negative 18 is equal to 9a. All right, then I divide both sides by 9. Okay, so you can see that negative 2 is equal to a. So I've managed to find my a. So after finding my a, I'm going back again, and I'm going to substitute that a into this equation again. So remember what the equation was. The equation was y is equal to a, open bracket, x plus 1 squared plus 8, right? So now that I have found my a, I'm going to substitute negative 2 in the place of A. All right, so this becomes y is equal to, where there is A, I'm now putting -2, then open brackets, x plus 1 squared plus 8. Okay. All right, so this becomes y is equal to -2. Then I can put my outer bracket. All right, so x plus 1 squared means x plus 1 times x plus 1, like this. That's what it means. Okay, then I say plus 8 right there. So when I expand these two brackets together, when I expand them together, they are going to give me, let me put the -2 outside of the bracket. So when I expand those two brackets, they are going to give me x squared plus 2x plus 1. Okay, then plus 8. And now I'm multiplying uh, with that -2, multiplying that bracket with the -2. So this becomes y is equals to -2x squared. -2x squared minus 4x there, minus 2, then plus 8. All right, which is going to become y is equal to -2x squared minus 4x plus 6. Done. So this is the equation. This is the equation of the parabola. That's the equation of the parabola. Then I am done. All right, so that's basically how you go about it. That's how you simply go about it. All right, so if you follow all these steps, there's no way you can fail to get your answer right. Okay, cheers. Bye bye.